All right, I want you guys to go support Piston Mike. Y'all go to the subscribe button. He at 480 right now. Let's get him to 1,000, 100,000, 500,000, million subscribers as soon as possible, bid. Let's help him put it down. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. If you like the Pistons, you want to support me, think about sending me a donation. Best way you can help me right now is go subscribe over to Piston Mike and go help him get his numbers up, putting in work, hard work, smart work, dedicated work, consistent work. So make sure you go over there and appreciate that work. So remember, the name is Piston Mike, and I have a link in the description. If you have a problem finding it on YouTube, it'll be under source link or Piston Mike channel link in the description. Peace. All right, man. Let's talk about why everybody against drafting Kyle Hamilton that high, but was okay with drafting Jeffrey Okudah that high. Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And there are always exceptions to the rules. I knew Jeff Okudah wasn't one of those exceptions to the rules. Asked the question, who did he shut down in college football at cornerback position? Nobody could say anything. He said that the hardest guy that he guarded was Quintez Cephas. Now, people somebody brought, well, Kyle Hamilton got burnt. Everybody get burnt. Quarterbacks throw picks. Running backs fumble the ball. Receivers drop the ball. But one thing about the safety position is higher on a more important scale than the cornerback to me. People say a cornerback could take a side of the field away. A safety can legitimately help in run support. They can take away guys like freaks of nature like George Kittles and Rob Gronkowski and Travis Kelsey and those guys in the NBA. And they can go into the slide, they can play man cover. So they have a bigger effect than than a cornerback. Now, corner can slide on the inside, and the corner can, they can help in the run game off the edge. Predominantly, they literally most of the time taking away one person. A safety can take a deep half. They can take a single high. They can rob a middle. They can, they do more, But that's not even the biggest thing. The talent is there. And sometimes you get a special player who was talented as Hamilton, which Jeff Okudah, to this point, to me, coming out, he was nowhere near as talented as Kyle Hamilton. I just think you got to think about it. Now, if Hamilton medicals don't check out, I understand it. The Bengals changed organization around by listening to their quarterback and taking a Jamar Chase, and they got criticized for it. And Chase got off to a slow start, and now look, he that guy. He that guy. And there's exceptions. There's exceptions to the rule. But I tell you this, Jeff Okudah was an exception, and being top three, that was dumb. That was dumb. And people said, well, Aiden Hutchinson and Kayvon Thibodeaux. I mean, watch the tape for yourself. They might be dominant on the next level, but we know they both had major injuries. People forget Hutchinson he missed everything but 3 games in his junior year. Kayvon Thibodeaux, do they seem like Von Miller? They seem like Lawrence Taylor? No, they good players. When you look at Hamilton, you see elite. You look at the kid from Ohio State, people say they see elite. And I was the first to say, I was like, man, don't take no safety that high, man. I don't care what you say. And then I actually had to put my foot in my mouth. And I seen a dude play. I said, man, they say on the scouting report that kid can literally be an all-pro corner. He's a better corner than Jeff Okudah coming into this league. He can be all-pro at corner. His downfall is he take bad angles in the run game. He's 7 out of 10 in the run game. And people say, oh, he got burned. He's gonna have bad plays. You're gonna have them. But you're talking about, and potentially him being a superstar in this league. You're talking about elite talent, getting stars on this team. It could be him. And think about it, the position you put him in, he's not gonna make $20-30 million a year to be a star. He gonna probably be in that, without fluctuation, he probably gonna be in that 10 to 15 million range. You put him back there with Tracy Walker, it's beautiful. You got a guy that can go into the box and get better. You got a guy that can go into the nickel. You got a guy that can go out and guard at number 1. You got a guy that's 6'4" who could take away a tight end, who can get backs out the backfield. His man coverage is immaculate, bro. One scouting firm I seen had 10 out of 10. People was like, well, he got burnt. This NFL coaching, that probably won't happen. You know, so you talking about an elite talent. If you say you take the positions away, you say talent. Who the most talented in the top 5? They might say the tackle from Alabama, possibly. Not mad at it, but he in the top 2. And I'm reading. I'm a testimony. I just did scraping the surface on him. I scraped the surface on his talent. He's a ball hawk. You know, you gotta get a little stronger in the weight room. Absolutely, that's gonna happen. And no rookie coming to this league should be perfect. So it's room for improvement. But when I tell you this, man, he's a baller. No, he's a baller. No, it's a difference. Baller and baller. He's a baller. He's the real deal. And he's, if you can move down and still get him, fine. But you talk about star, I understand up front, you got great impact, you can rush the passer. You're talking about a guy that can rush the passer, who can play man, inside, outside, can take tight ends on, can take backs on, can play the deep half, can rob, can pay the center field. Man, they don't make guys like this dude. This dude was made in the lab. It's gonna be interesting to see what he run too. He expected to run pretty well. So if he run, well, he run well. You talking about you need a star? He one of them dudes that's a star. You one of them dudes I think could be a star. And I'm gonna do more in-depth detail on him. But Jeff Okudah, no. The difference between the year Jeff Okudah came out and this was Okudah came out. His draft class was a guy that should have been a number 1 overall. It was gonna be the number 1 overall pick had he came out. Had he came out in the previous year, Justin Herbert, he went back. This dude was gonna be the number 1 overall pick. Look it up. And think about it. Outside of Joe Burrows, would you rather have Herbert or Chase Young? Herbert. Okudah, Chase Young. Herbert. You want to reach for a tackle just because you need a tackle. You rather have Herbert. Tua, Herbert right now could close the gap. So you think about it, and you look at this draft, right? Isaiah Simmons is a phenomenal player, but you continue to look. I mean, come on. CeeDee Lamb, you know what I'm saying? You continue to look. You got to take talent. And the Lions need talent. Tristan Wirfs and CeeDee Lamb's probably the best of the rest down here. And Justin Jefferson. You got to take talent. And if a guy got the talent, you got to take him. And that's how people don't end up with stars. You know what I'm saying? And remember, the Lions took a fullback one year over Jim Kelly and Dan Marino. They just the safest, stupidest, sorriest, thing. Look at all these other draft men. You got to take the talent. And took a tight end. Who could you ended up with? Devin Bush. Too many options. So Hockenson might have been the best pick for that issue. You look at the top 5. Might be one of the worst ones you've seen. Baker, Saquon bust, Sam Boss, Ward probably solid. Bradley Chubb, he solid. He had some injuries. They took a guard. He might end up being one of the best in the draft, if not the best. And Quentin Nelson, he's savage. Savagery. It's beautiful savagery. Minka Fitzpatrick got traded. Great player. Jay Alexander down there. Loved him coming out. Great player. Jermaine Edmonds, great player. Some good players, man. Great players. Rashad Penny was reached. He started coming to his own. But I tell you, this Kyle Hamilton kid, man, shouldn't be in the same vein as Jeff Okudah, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I'll be the first one to say I'm wrong. Okudah might come in and still be a beast. But that Okudah kid, man, he's special, bro. I mean, that Hamilton kid is special, man. And they only make guys like that in the lab. And he's a star, man. He's gonna be a star if everything hold up, man. And people say safety. I'm like, said the same thing. I said, ooh, safety doing that high? It's a reason why he's that high. He's probably the most talented overall prospect if you ranking the board right now. And that may not end up being the case. You look at this draft: Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, Joey Bosa. I guarantee you, going to the second round, probably somebody better than Joey Bosa. I mean, the quarterbacks, Jared Goff and etc. Chris Jones better than both of them. Right then and there. Didn't take long. Derrick Henry better than both of them. So, I mean, like I said before, man, James Bradbury a beast. So I mean, I'm at the point where, to me, if it was a quarterback here that was top, I'm like, okay, I see. But to me, you just gotta be in a position. You got in a position to take an elite talent, and I believe this kid is an elite talent. That's what I believe. Just me. It's just what I believe. Don't make it a fact. Don't mean I'm saying I'm right and the rest of you dudes are wrong. But I did the same thing everybody else did. A safety, and he looked a little bit like Killian too. But he is special. He is a special type of player, man. I think right now he come in, he gonna have some rookie lumps, but the return, his ceiling is high. His ceiling is higher than Snoop Dogg on 420. And that's what the Pistons need. They need impact, talented player. They need depth. They got some good, solid players. Now you got to start piecing those superstar talent and that depth around and continue to build that depth. This dude is a stud. He's a stud. I had a receiver from Ohio State, a stud. And I think that's who it should be between them two. But this dude is special, man. I think he can be special. But I seen this tape, man, and I fell in love with him as a safety, man. And be everywhere. When they say a safety can be, and we see what he run. A safety could be all pro at corner if he wanted to be special. People say Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith can't cover like him. But we'll see. Harrison Smith is an amazing player. You just hope to have a career like Harrison Smith. Remember him coming out of Notre Dame. Good player. Justin Margin was smarter than everybody else. Went to baseball and be mediocre, make all that money. But hey, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, all my social media links in the description. Twitter's the fastest way, and Facebook and Instagram. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Thumbs up the video, share all that stuff, man. Twitter, Facebook, that's there. Do this every day. Check Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Let me know what you think in the comment section.